Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today I'm doing my review for Season 8, Episode 2 of The Walking Dead, which was titled The Damned. Holy crap, man. I mean, I've seen some bad reviews for this episode, and I'm really surprised as to why people gave it bad reviews, because in my honest opinion, this might be one of the best episodes of the entire Walking Dead series. And I'm talking like top 5 episodes, probably number 4 out of my ranking. If I were to rank all the Walking Dead episodes right now, it would be roughly around number 4. I don't think it could be too far gone, No Way Out or the season 7 premiere just yet. But this episode was, and the thing is, it wasn't even like a finale, a premiere, a mid-season finale, which those episodes tend to be the bigger episodes, the ones that people say are crazy and are amazing and deserve to be in these high spots. Like my first 3 spots, they're all either mid-season finales, or finales. This episode is just episode 2. It's just the second episode of a season. So many people, including myself, were not expecting to get the episode that we did, but holy shit was I surprised. We got an absolutely incredible episode. Now, man, I thought the bad reviews were going to stop after last week, but this episode even got some pretty bad reviews, all things considered, and I just don't understand why. I mean, there's people saying Morales coming back stupid. There's people saying the action was bad, it was unchoreographed, whatever the word is. People say it was confusing. Now, there's a good amount of people. If you went on the website called Forbies, which is the worst fucking website I've been in my entire life, all they do is hate on The Walking Dead. All the dude was saying, the only complaints he had was it was confusing and he didn't know what was happening. It's like, okay, that doesn't mean the show's bad. That just means you're dumb and can't piece things together on your own. And that's what I love about The Walking Dead, is that they don't make things clear the first time you watch it, because they want you to have conversations with people about it. They want you to figure out new things just by having talks with people and rewatching the episodes. The Walking Dead actually makes watching reruns fun, because when you rewatch an episode, you actually learn new things every time that you may have not seen the first time around, because it's not like those little stupid ass bad written shows like the one show is The 100. If you guys have seen that on Netflix, I've watched it. It gives you everything. It tells you exactly what's happening, and it's kind of makes it boring if you try to watch it a second time. But then there's interesting shows that have depth to it, like The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, stuff like that, where you watch it once and it might be confusing. You might have no idea how this happened or where it went or whatever. And then you rewatch it and you were like, oh, that's what happened. Or you talk to somebody about it and they kind of explain it to you. Me personally, I don't need that. I watch it once and I kind of know what's happening. But like for other people, it is kind of cool to have to watch it a few more times to finally get everything. But I can piece together kind of what's happening in the episode pretty easily. Like one thing that they didn't, give us right off the bat is letting us know if that guy was the father of the baby. Now, a bad TV show would completely it would tell you right away. It would tell you that is that character has a baby back there. And how would they do it? I don't know. They would have like a note or something that would just make it so we all know 100% that is the dad of the baby. But this show, The Walking Dead, makes it more interesting, and they make it so Rick doesn't fucking know. The fans don't know. None of us know. But we have to kind of guess just by clues and hints, and why he was protecting that room so much, even if there wasn't any guns in there and there was just a baby. Why would he be protecting the baby? Probably because he's the father, or he's just a protector of the baby. And it just had some amazing scenes to it. People say it was just pointless action, and I'm just like, I don't understand, man. Last season they complained there was not enough action, and now they're complaining there's too much action the past 2 episodes. I can't, man. I actually can't. The transitioning between scenes worked fine in this episode. I didn't like how it worked in the first episode personally, but it actually worked pretty good in this episode. I knew I knew like where people were. Like that's something they need to kind of make clear, is where people are. That is for sure, and they definitely made it clear enough. It wasn't like confusing or anything like that. So I don't know why people would be confused where characters are, what bases they're at, or whatever. It's really not that hard to figure out on your own. But yeah. So overall, the episode was great. Some of the big positives about it that I wanted to go over. The action was very well done from the attack on. So there was a couple attacks. I'm just going to go over the exact attacks that happened. So we had the attack at the base where the Alexandrians attacked. It was led by Aaron. You had Eric there. You had Tobin, Francine, a couple other Alexandrians. Scott was there. And they were leading an attack on that low courtyard area, which was one of the outposts for the sanctuary, or for the saviors. Then you had the mission with Rick, Daryl, and some other random fucks I've never seen in my life going to some building, and they were trying to retrieve a cache of weapons, which Dwight told them was in there, but they must have moved it because it wasn't. They couldn't find it, or they couldn't find it. That's also a possibility, but I'm pretty sure they checked just about the whole building, and that's where Rick came across a dude and had one of the coolest action sequences I've ever seen in The Walking Dead. That 1v1 against that dude was so awesome, and he fucking slammed his chest through the sticky thing, whatever you call it, the sharp part of the shelf holding, I don't know what to call it, the thing sticking out of the wall. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then he found the baby, and that scene where he looked into the mirror and like kind of was tearing up a little bit was so fucking beautiful. There's so much that speaks to you in that scene, which is incredible. And then of course the very ending, he comes across Morales, which I honestly thought Morales was going to go into Fear the Walking Dead, which is still possible. He can still go to Fear the Walking Dead and then come back. It's still possible because Fear the Walking Dead's timeline is like 2 years behind The Walking Dead. So it's still possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. But no, he came back, which is very, very surprising to me. It wasn't a surprise to me at the episode because I did get spoiled, but it was a surprise to me when it was spoiled, and I was like really surprised because I thought it was a meme. It was always a meme. It was always a joke. And I'm not gonna freak out and be like, "Oh, how is that possible? He went all the way to Alabama. That's what they said in season 1. And how is he all the way here now? That's bad writing." Like, no, that's not bad. I've seen people actually say that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's not that. First of all, they'll probably explain it in the next episode. Second of all, just infer it for yourself. Maybe things changed. Maybe his family died. Maybe they felt like going somewhere else. Maybe something happened, and just anything can happen to make them change their direction to Morales ending up there. And I think the cool part about them actually making Morales here, I mean, it is fan service in some ways, I do agree, but fan service isn't always a bad thing. People act like fan service is a bad thing. It's really not. When fans want something really badly and they give it to us, if they put it in a good way, I think it works. And personally, I think Morales is just going to probably die by the end of the season. I don't think he's going to stay as a bad person. I think he might change sides eventually. I don't know if he knows about Glenn yet, because if he knows about Glenn, he was pretty close to Glenn, so if he finds out that Negan killed Glenn, that might change his mind just a little bit. But at the same time, he might already know and he might just not care. Really interested in seeing that conversation between Rick and Morales, if Rick tells him about what happened with everyone, I guess. Everyone from Atlanta, Glenn, Daryl, well, obviously Daryl's still alive. Maybe Merle, maybe tell him about Andrea, maybe Carol's still alive, so, it would be interesting seeing Carol and Daryl come across them. Even Carl, he's going to see Carl growing up. I really hope they all have this interaction with all the Season 1 characters, excluding Morgan, of course, because he's a Season 1 character, but he never saw Morales. He never met him. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I think it was cool giving him the position of a savior, because it kind of shows to Rick that, and it's been kind of hinting around the entire season, it kind of shows to Rick and just the audience and the characters that the saviors aren't all bad people. And they made that pretty clear a few times, but giving us a character who we know was good from the start and is now a savior really puts it in your heart. And we also have Eugene, who was part of our group, and we've seen the transition from him going from our group to a savior. Now, like I said, I think Eugene's will transform back into the main group some way. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think they're going to kill off Eugene, or if he's going to stay a savior or anything like that. But we'll have to wait and see what they do with him. Honestly, Eugene's the one character I have no idea what they're doing with, because he's not, this never happened with him in the comics, so it's very, very interesting. But it's something we're going to have to, find out for ourselves, I guess, or when it comes up. And with the Aaron storyline and the whole attack, we don't really know exactly who died in that attack. We know a few people. Francine, I think, is dead as fuck. I didn't watch Talking Dead, so I actually don't know who's in the memoriam. Whoever is in the memoriam, or the memoriam, I don't know how to pronounce it, but whoever they put in that is automatically confirmed dead. Whoever they don't put in that is not confirmed dead. That's like the way of knowing who died. Because remember when Glenn had the fake out death, they didn't put Glenn there. Remember when Judith had that fake out death, they didn't put Judith there. So basically, if they don't put someone there, it's like they talk to AMC. They make sure a character's dead before they put it in there for sure. I didn't watch it, but I'm pretty sure the two characters that we know are dead, that are named characters, are Andy, who didn't die at this attack. He died at the satellite post attack, which we'll talk about in a minute. And of course, Francine got shot in the boob. You know she's dead if she got shot in the boob. Tobin, I don't know if he's dead or not. He got shot in the shoulder and then got shot like kind of lower. Or no, I think he just got shot in the shoulder. I think Tobin's alive. I think he's just injured. Eric's gonna die for sure in like the next episode, probably. But he was shot in the gut. I mean, he's gonna bleed out and die most likely. But he didn't die this episode technically. So, Andy. Okay, well, the other outpost attack, the satellite outpost attack, which was very entertaining to watch. People were asking, why is Jesus keeping them alive, stuff like that. Because you can actually do good things with hostages. Hostages, you can actually be useful. And they surrendered. The people are like, oh, why are they keeping them alive when they had no problem with killing any of the other saviors? Well, these saviors haven't surrendered. Now, the only savior I don't understand why Jesus kept alive was the one that attacked him after him peeing his pants. The one that peed his pants and attacked him after he was trusting him. I don't know why he kept that guy alive. I really don't, because he didn't surrender. He fought back. So I feel like that's someone they should have just put out and killed, because obviously he's going to cause a problem. But personally, what I thought maybe... So I think he was telling the truth, that the guy who peed in his pants, that he is just a worker and he's just, he's not actually a savior who's actually killed people. But he's fighting for his life. He's scared. He doesn't know if they will actually hurt him or not, so he doesn't want to let them take him hostage, sort of was my thought of it. I don't know. He could have been an actual savior who's a terrible person and kills people, which in that case I think Jesus should have put him out, but I don't know. Jesus, I guess, is a nice person. He's a good guy, but that might get people killed, to be completely honest. It could in the future. But they have all these hostages, and they did kill tons of other people. That Morgan scene where Morgan just went ham down the hallway Terminator style made me love Morgan, from him being like maybe top 20 favorite characters to like top 5 favorite characters. Like, I didn't really like Morgan before this season, honestly. I really didn't. He wasn't that amazing of a character to me. I mean, season 1, I didn't really care about him. Season 3, when he came back, I thought he had some interesting storylines, but I was like, I don't really care. It'd be cool to see him come back, but whatever. When he came back in end of season 5 into season 6, I was interested in him, but then he had this whole stupid philosophy that, it wasn't stupid writing-wise. It was actually very brilliant writing-wise, but stupid in just terms of, I would never follow that philosophy. I mean, sometimes you have to kill that. It is the world they live in. So I didn't like him because of that reason. I thought he was an interesting character, but I just didn't like him in terms of just, fighting, and he kept letting people live for stupid reasons. And but then once season 7 came and he killed Richard, I thought he actually was becoming very, very interesting. And then this season so far, he's been fucking relentless, and I'm just so excited to see the rest of him throughout the season. I do think he's going to croak or die. I don't know why I use the word croak, but I think he's going to die in the finale of the season. He's going to get some terrible, terrible death, and I just think it's going to happen. It seems likely this season. Everyone's predicting it, honestly. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like they're going to throw us a bone, and they're just going to kill off like Carol or something, like a big character, and not kill off Morgan. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, Andy and the one guy that was shaking, which I don't really know his name, but they were both from the hilltop. And Andy died, which was really sad that Andy died, because I feel like they didn't get to develop his character. I know he's a side character, same as like Francine and stuff like that. Like, I know they're side characters, and we don't really need development of them. We really, really don't. But it's kind of sad when like a character is just in the background, and you know their name. They've had a few dialogues here and there, and they've also had like their own episode that like they actually had the most dialogue, but then they were just killed off and never really developed. It's kind of sad when that happens, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's kind of just the show. You got to deal with it. It's not like it's bad writing or anything. It's just sad on my part, because maybe I want to get to know the characters a little bit more than what we did. But at the same time, there's just so many characters now that's like impossible to do, to be completely honest. I like the characters dying though. That makes it, the war bigger and more interesting and more more massive. And oh my god, the more I talk about The Walking Dead, the more I get so fucking excited for the rest of the season, and even more excited for a new beginning in season 9, where they're gonna have so many awesome new characters like Magna, Luke, Yumiko coming in, and we're gonna have the Whisperers and the Whisper War. Oh my god, The Walking Dead's getting so good. I don't know why people are saying it's going downhill and it's terrible now. I really don't. I feel like it's the non-comic book readers who say that because they don't know what's coming, and they like to, they want storylines to end. They want Negan to die already. I'm like, come on now, are you kidding me? If you don't know what good storyline and storytelling is, then you just gotta stop watching the show. Honestly, at this point, if you still complain about the show, and you've been complaining about it since the beginning of season 7, or even earlier, because I've seen people complaining about it for a while, you should just stop watching and go watch something else. Go watch your stupid little shows. I don't care, but just stay ahead of this show, because we don't need this hatred in the fan base. It's cancerous. It's cancerous. Like, see, people think I can't take criticism from the show, and I'm like blindly a fanboy. But that's just not true at all. I just like seeing the positives in things more than I like seeing the negatives. And especially when the reasons people have for hating on the show are very, very incoherent and very intolerant. They're just not good reasons for hating on the show. And they're just false. They're not even opinions. Some of them are just false. And it's just kind of sad. But I do point out bad things. And I'm trying to think of a bad thing in this episode. But honestly, I tried thinking about it for a while. Like, Premiere, I had some things to say, but I really don't have any negatives about this episode. I really don't. I don't know, man. But also we had Ezekiel and stuff like that getting ready for the attack on their base, which is going to happen next episode. And I'm really excited for next episode. Honestly, I think the next episode is going to be really good as well. It's going to be primarily the Alexandrians attacking in the aftermath of that, them kind of retreating, and the Hilltop. Not the Hilltop. Well, it was kind of mainly Hilltop people and a few others like Tara and Morgan and stuff like that attack on the satellite post, bringing the hostages probably to like the Hilltop maybe. I don't know where they're going to bring them. I don't know where they're going to keep them, to be completely honest. That's just confusing to me. But we'll see where they take them. Maybe we'll have some Negan and Gabriel, seeing them escape their confinement area. We'll have some stuff at the Hilltop go down with Maggie, and probably Gregory will probably return. We're going to have probably everything going down with Rick and Morales. Rick's probably going to get out. And we're probably going to see that car chase scene that we saw in the trailer. Hopefully in this episode. I'm really excited for all that. And maybe we'll get an explanation as to what the hell is going on with Morales. And, of course, we're going to get the Kingdom attacking their outpost, which is going to be the action of the episode. Because, of course, you need the action of the episode. And I'm really excited to see that go down as well. This season just sounds better and better. And I think it's going to be the greatest season of all time, in my honest opinion. Better than Season 6, which Season 6 right now is my favorite season. Season 4 is also one of my favorites. And I really think Season 8 is going to just blow it out of the water and just do absolutely incredible over the next 14 episodes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.